Eyewitness News.
Meanwhile, in Pretoria, MK Party members have handed over 2 memorandums of demand at the President's office and the SAPS headquarters, respectively, this afternoon, demanding Ramaphosa's immediate resignation and Mkhunu's dismissal, among others. At the same time, Police Minister Mkhunu says he'll cooperate with the Judicial Commission of Inquiry, adding that he's willing to step down if found guilty. The attorneys of the woman accused of running over a crowd of girls and killing one of them says he has a different version of what happened on the day, despite there being video footage. The family of 13-year-old Preeti Mahlangu has submitted CCTV footage of the incident to the police, saying they are hopeful that it will help secure a successful prosecution. 68-year-old Martha van der Walt is facing a charge of culpable homicide for the incident that took place last month in Germiston. Attorney Kennel Murthray says his client did not intend to kill anyone, adding that they'll wait for the court process to unfold.
But something must have happened for her to have accelerated. And that's where the disconnect between public perception, social media platforms and the truth lie.
Family spokesperson Mzandile Soyaya.
Maybe the video that he's looking at and the one that we've seen, it's completely different. That's his own prerogative and his own view. He's entitled to it. As much as we believe that she was accelerating, she did not have any remorse as she was busy accelerating.
And FlySafe pilots represented by Trade Union Solidarity have extended their planned one-day strike to 14 days. The majority of the pilots, mostly represented by the union, are demanding a higher pay increase and have raised concerns over a new rostering system which they claim cuts into their rest time and leave. The pilots are demanding a 10% pay hike, almost double the company's 5.7% offer. Solidarity spokesperson Helgard Krunier.
Solidarity initially issued a one-day strike notice for Monday, 21 July. It was our intention to limit the impact on the public and passengers of SAFE. They have, however, decided to issue a 7-day lockout notice to our members, which means flights will in all likelihood be impacted for the rest of next week.
Despite escalating tensions with staff, FlySafe has moved to reassure passengers that flights will continue and warned of changed flight schedules from next week Tuesday. A look at your weather. Partly cloudy skies in store for Gauteng tomorrow with light rain expected. Joburg will drop to overnight lows of 8 degrees and peak at highs of 19. Pretoria also at lows of 8, reaching highs of 20. Verenigings at 6 and 17 degrees. Maki Malapo, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
#MSW.
You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Great show as always. Thanks.
Great show as always.
Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. It is more powerful than governments.
South Transnet School of Excellence football manager Mojalifa Matebola, as well as Siramaletswaka FIFA regional technical consultant.
The way club football has somewhat deteriorated is derived from, the lack of the street soccer, stuff like that. I mean, growing up, I used to look forward to watching the Champions League on television.
Those are things I looked forward to.
I think that's where the problem lies. And those things are all gone. And you ask yourself, you look at rugby, the Craven Week, you see they are so organized. If they identify one good player in the school, they take him to a rugby school. And a rugby school, what do we have in the country?
They even have varsity rugby. So if you look at Rassie Erasmus, he's chosen one player from varsity rugby. Never heard before.
Hey, Saramel, it just broke my heart, you know. There's no football anymore in schools. There's nothing. This is sad, man. This is sad. What can you do to bring it back, Saramel?
Maybe this will be a show another day. The statement and headline made by, Dr. Kaiser Chiefs saying that, the PSL should be stronger on people that win a lotto ticket and go and buy a club. I'll pause there. I'll let that sink in. I don't want to entertain it any further. But maybe that also plays a role.
We also need, as the PSL, to come up with a formula where we make it not easy for people who went to the lotto and got 20 million and then decide to go and buy a club.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Well, as we celebrate the legacy of Utatu Nelson Mandela, he probably would have been, 107 years old today. So posthumously, we say happy birthday and also celebrate the legacy, especially on the sporting front, where he meant so much to so many people around South Africa, especially. It is Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go! The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
I knew that was the question you wanted to ask. We do not care whether the cat is black or white, as long as it can catch mice. One of the mistakes which some political analysts make is to think that their enemies should be our enemies. I expect you to be consistent. I don't know if I have paralyzed you.
No. Marawa Sports Worldwide, Monday to Friday weekdays.
We'll take time and we'll reflect on so many moments and issues that he did cover, including the rare moment where we did share some time with him. And it's also quite rare and important to bear in mind how a lot of what he said back then still holds fort even today. Welcome to the show. Looking forward to chatting to Deshi Baktaw. He's our legend tonight. Any memories, please send us a WhatsApp voice note and you can share those with him. Questions will be answered. He's a very straightforward man, hey? Let me quickly tell you, though, that the Proteas spin bowler, the all-rounder, Sundowns Muthasamy, says that he's grateful and proud to be back in the Proteas setup after making his T20I debut against New Zealand in Harare. The 31-year-old all-rounder delivered a composed spell, taking a wicket for 19 and 4 overs, and said that the opportunity, though, was a reward for years of hard work on the domestic circuit.
Yeah, it's fantastic to get a crack and to get a go. I think I have waited in line and waited my turn now, so really enjoying the opportunities. I'm very grateful for them, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I've had the opportunity to really be a part of the squad and integrate the last few months, which has been fantastic, and to learn in different conditions. And I think that's what carrying drinks does bring. It's an awesome opportunity to grow and to learn and bounce ideas off and to be a part of the group and to add value where you can and to learn. So yeah, very grateful for the opportunity.
Well, the 31-year-old believes that he can add value to the T20I team and possibly make it to next year's T20 World Cup, seeing that coach Shukri Conrad has announced him as one of 3 front runners for the spinner spots of the World Cup.
Yeah, I think we've won the World Test Championship final a couple months ago, and the focus is on the next cycle and on making sure that we are sharp and we do our best in our defense of that final. Within that, I suppose it's broadening the base and the pool of players, which is natural. And I think the beauty of South African cricket is that we have a really broad base. We've got a fantastic schooling system, some awesome academies, and we've got our first class structure, continues to produce international cricketers, as we've just seen recently over the past few weeks. I think the coach has been fantastic. He's been amazing over the last few years. I think what he's done in such a short period of time with such a young group of players is absolutely phenomenal. If we look back, 4 years ago maybe, where Hashim Amla, A.B. de Villiers, Dale Steyn, Morne Morkel, all retired, Vernon Philander, all retired around the same period of time. Everybody had forecast that South African cricket would need another 5 years or so to be really competitive again. And to have shortened that period so sharply is really testament to the coach, to the coaching staff, and then only to the players, who've repaid the faith that's been shown. But yeah, I think the coach has a plan, as always, and I guess it's just up to us as cricketers to do our best with the opportunities that we get given.
Well, the Mamelodi Sundowns head coach Miguel Cardoso says that his debut season was challenging but beautiful after guiding the Brazilians to a record-extending 8th consecutive Betway Premiership title. So Cardoso, who joined midway through the campaign, won 18 of his 21 league matches and led the team to the CAF Champions League final.
Well, obviously many fantastic memories that come on my mind regarding the first season here in the PSL. I think there are different moments, but I can highlight the month. Well, first of all, the start, that was amazing, difficult but very good in terms of results, with important matches that were won, immediately Stellenbosch and Amazulu away. That gave us the positive energy to gather the souls of everybody together. Then I remember the month of January, where we score goal after goal after goal, winning matches by big difference. What gave us on that moment a very powerful statement. And I also remember, obviously, the period after we won Al Ahly and qualified for the Champions League final, where we had 6 matches to play until the end of the season, and we made 6 victories in a row with outstanding performances, a big commitment towards results, and wonderful football played. So for me, as memories remain the joy of the people, the joy of the fans, the joy we had playing football, the joy of the players celebrating victories, and the images are those that are behind the results that we got and the records that we broke until we won the PSL.
Well, he also received accolades, though, from the Portuguese Football Federation for his achievements in Africa.
Obviously, that I'm very thankful for the opportunities in African football, and also especially to Mamelodi Sundowns. That allowed me, obviously, to show capacity to lead a team like ours, and from that obtain results from which I get, obviously, the recognition in my country. What for a coach that is working abroad is always a beautiful thing to receive and to get. And is, again, I rephrase, or I state the work of all the people behind the face of a coach.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. Nelson Mandela one-on-one moment with Robert Marawa.
You also raised concern when Francois Pienaar was subsequently dropped as captain after forming a very strong bond with him. I know that you invited him, and linked with that came now the comments made by Andre Markgraf that resulted in him being expelled. That was a bit of shaky ground that we were developing at that stage.
No, that was unfortunate, because that was one of the best sportsmen in the country. I still believe that young man, Francois Pienaar, has got a place in our history, and he may still play an important role.
As part of the transcripts as well that came through from the case, I know that you alluded to the fact that one of your heroes in sport, Hansie Cronje, what do you feel about Hansie today? Do you think he still has a role to play within cricket?
All of us, at one time or the other, have made mistakes, some of which were fundamental. And notwithstanding what he did, he was a great cricketer. He was a great captain. And I think of him with fond memories. And that is why I saw him when he wanted to sing.
Nelson Mandela one-on-one moment with Robert Marawa. Marawa Sports Worldwide. Monday to Friday weekdays. Friday nights. Always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Oh man, we look forward to Fridays like you can never believe. And that is why tonight, we don't just talk about football. We rewind a little bit of time, and we also open the vault of memory and also step into greatness. It's a name that is etched in the golden pages of South African football history. A man who stood tall when the giants clashed, when the pressure mounted. I suppose he didn't flinch. Neither does he do that now. He rose, was very calm in chaos. And that's what his position called for. Fierce, though, in terms of his spirit. A shot stopper of note. He didn't just guard the goal, he guarded a legacy. From the thunderous rivalries, though, to the saves that he made. They kind of silenced the stadiums. From the triumph to trial, he wore the gloves, but also carried the hopes of a nation. And that is why tonight we honor a football warrior, a mentor, a memory maker, a man who turned moments into milestones. That is why I say to you, get ready to relive those glories, the heartbreaks as well as the grit, and the glory of a man who inspired generations in gloves. The one and only, Deshi Baktaw. Good to see you, legend.
Hello, Robert. Thank you very much.
Are you strong? Are you well?
Yeah, I still run, believe it or not.
Every day?
I run 3 times a week in a forest very close to where I work.
In a forest?
Yeah.
I do. Is that safe?
Yeah, it's fairly safe. It's a bicycle park. It's lots of people walk their dogs, walk themselves, and run there.
So how many kilometers is that?
Well, there's different trails. Yeah. There's you can do a 2.5K, a 5K. I got to 5Ks, and
per day in the 3 days that you do.
Well, I'll do a 2.5, 3K on the Tuesday.
Okay.
4.5K on the Wednesday, and then a 5K on a Friday.
So you're certainly not going to High Rocks this weekend.
Yeah, that's as far as I can go.
But that's great. That's why you're looking good. You're looking great.
Thanks, Robert. It's hard work, isn't it? Very much like football.
but do you miss it, though? Because you kind of went very quickly into business.
Yeah.
That transition was very quick. It was very successful.
Yeah.
Having to own a business, like literally down the road here.
Yes.
In the middle of Sandton City. Would have been an accomplishment from your side. What was the inspiration, though? From Deshi Baktaw, the golden great goalkeeper of many, many a year, to being a successful businessman?
Robert, I think I always quite enjoyed business.
Yeah.
So from the time I was 24, I think, I owned my own little sports shop, which I then grew into a factory where we cut and did our own garments, even drum majorettes clothing. So
I hope you didn't wear them.
I did sell them there.
Well, that is something that, what do you attribute that to? Just to have the business knack, because not everybody can.
Yeah, I think it's also what I studied.
Yeah.
Accounting was a big part of it. Business economics. So those are the things I studied. I failed my major, though, which was accounting. I got 49%.
Jeez, it's a pass these days. If you get
But, no, I've always been fascinated by business.
By numbers, I'm sure.
I always have been.
Because the numbers have to make sense.
Yes, and I liked analysing and breaking things down, you know. Exactly with football. I mean, like penalties and all of that for years and years and years. I would try and break down why people go in certain directions, you know.
Because I know stats weren't a big thing back then.
Correct.
But do you have like a record of how many clean sheets you'd have kept, like in major games in your career?
I'm afraid not.
So that's part of the, the downside of having lived in a certain era, because we were not able to preserve that history, which is so important, because now all people do is just log on and the next thing they can tell you in a click how many then Idu Kune would have kept clean sheets, Ronwen Williams in modern times would have kept clean sheets. So we're going to come back, though. Lots of exciting things to chat about. I haven't seen this man in how many years, Deshi?
Many years, Robert. I've missed you then.
I missed you too, sir. Hey, and what did I call you? I called you a very unique name.
Schimbo.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
Life is full of climbs. Some are steep, rough, relentless, but you weren't made for easy. And this isn't just about reaching the top. Live at the peak in the Ford Everest XLT from just $9,999 per month, plus 24/7 roadside assistance with our Ford Family Promise. Get the Everest XLT from just $9,999 per month at your nearest Ford dealer. 10% deposit, interest rate 6.1%, and 40% residual when financed through Ford Credit, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. T&Cs apply.
Transform your everyday images into stunning works of art with the Galaxy S24 FE Photo Assist. You can resize, move and remove unwanted objects in your photos. Get it now from $579 per month for 36 months on MTN Yellow Plans Plus with data to use whenever you want and minutes to call any network. T's and C's apply. Visit an MTN store or mtn.co.za now. Today we make moves. MTN.
Feel the fuel with Shell V-Power. Feel the control. Feel the confidence. Knowing Shell V-Power 100% cleans critical engine parts and keeps your engine performing like new. So, turn on the ignition and feel the anticipation of the drive ahead. Fill up with Shell V-Power today and get ready to feel the fuel. Actual benefits and performance may vary. See shell.co.za for more information.
This July, Vodacom World transforms into a gaming universe. World of Collectibles is here, and you're the main player. From 24 to 26 July, make a purchase of $3.99 or more to enter. Bring your phone, sign up for the augmented reality game, and step into a world where every corner hides a chance to win epic prizes. Play and win, only at Vodacom World in Midrand. T's and C's apply. Further together, Vodacom.
Time to review my favorite employee, my FNB Gold business account. You give me thousands of potential customers by listing my business on NAV Marketplace and access to Guard Me, a bodyguard for cash drops, locking up. No other card does this. If you weren't a bank card, I'd give you a raise.
The FNB Gold business account. No other card works harder for your business because your safety is worth it. FNB, help changes everything. T's and C's apply. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized FSP and credit provider.
When you're racing the clock, client presentation due at 6, heart rate 110, fingers flying, set 5:59 p.m. When you're racing the clock, trail run to sunrise, heart rate 110, feet flying, summit 5:59 a.m. From deadlines to finish lines, the Volvo EX30 Cross Country lets you cross country. Arriving soon at your nearest dealership. It's safe to be brave with Volvo.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. Nelson Mandela one-on-one moment with Robert Marawa.
Are you happy now with the state of development in rugby, the state of integration, the involvement of the formerly disadvantaged black players within the national setup?
I am very happy at the progress that has been made. But we must remember that the whites in this country had been in power for more than 3.5 centuries. When you have been under minority rule for such a long period, intense racial divisions in almost every field, it's not easy now to normalize the situation and to get everybody to accept democratic values and the structures which have been formed, influenced by those values. But I am convinced and happy that we have made great progress. We have united the black and white in this country. And when I talk of blacks, I mean Africans, coloreds, and Indians. We are now beginning to speak with one voice.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. Monday to Friday weekdays. Friday nights. Always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Fulfilang here. And good evening to Mr. Bree Shoulders. And good evening to your guest over there, Mr. Deshi Baktaw. I don't have any questions. It's just a vote of gratitude. Thank you for giving us all the immaculate memories throughout your life, throughout your footballing career, especially in the broadcasting space, because we still remember all your immaculate memories, you know, pitch side, you reporting, you interviewing, all of those memories. You made our childhood, well, my childhood, for me personally, you made my childhood absolutely memorable and remarkable. And thank you so, so much. We wish you good health. Hopefully you're still involved in the game. And long may the name Deshi Baktaw and the legend himself live on. Thank you so much. May we see many more. May you be blessed with good health. And may all the good things come your way for everything that you've done for the beautiful game of football. Great show as always. Thanks.
Yay. Deshi Baktaw. And that's the one thing, as Hulufalang was saying in that clip. So your life kind of transcends both ways, because you were one of the greatest goalkeepers of our time. Let me just say of all time. You then also transitioned into this broadcasting field, which you did a brilliant job of. So when I listen to Lufalang, it's also a case of at which stage of life did people get to know Deshi Baktaw? So they might not have seen you play, but they would have watched you on television, analyze, do touchline, be a commentator, be all of those things. So you've touched people's lives in different ways. How do you respond to somebody when they pick up your life and the fact that they got such fond memories of you as a broadcaster?
Yeah, Robert, when you're doing it, and incidentally, let me say, I learned from a lot of good people from the very beginning. I learned stuff from you, for instance. But when things are happening and when it's live, as you well know, you don't stop and think about it. You know, it's much, much later that it all sort of comes to the fore, and then things become public knowledge. You know.
But what for you though stands out in all of your years in broadcasting? What is that one magical moment that stands out and you say, you know what, this might have changed somebody else's course in life?
Well, look, the interview with Good Enough, because that changed his life to a large extent. When I found him, he was living in central Joburg, no running water, no electricity.
This is after the interview now.
Correct.
But when the interview was happening.
Yes.
Because I could see your expression.
Yes.
Your face always talks even when you say nothing verbally. So, in fact, you know what? Let me keep quiet.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Good enough. Your dress today, very, very unusual for a man.
You like it for the Pirates. Pirates is not one. You must come for somebody.
We did not know about Good Enough until Deshi Baktaw put that mic in front of his face.
I got to tell you, haven't laughed for a while, but listening to that clip made me laugh. And I remember saying to him, Rob, just before they crossed to me, I leaned over and I asked him, what language would you like to speak? And he said he's going to speak English. Once the interview had started, nobody counted me down. People were just laughing. And I only realized afterwards what it really meant.
Okay, good enough. Hashtag MSW.
It's not make sure.
It was exactly the way I've said it.
Yeah.
I remember everybody in the van laughing and nobody counted me down. But the thing is, you thinking of your next interview.
Yeah.
So you get so caught up in that you don't want to, mess that interview up. So
But you had no clue what he was saying.
No idea. And nobody in the van told me as well, because they were just so busy laughing.
But, South Africans are very humorous people.
Yeah.
But did he ever think it will take the direction that it did? And he almost became a superstar. We would always look for that hairstyle.
He
and
did.
he would find it. I mean, we even interviewed him when I was still at the public broadcaster. He came into the studio. And that is just literally in the Good Enough manner spoke whatever it is that he spoke. But he was just a bundle of joy and fun.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
Robert, and let me tell you what he told me. He had followed pirates for most of his life. So hadn't been to school, all of that. All he did was follow pirates all over the country.
I still think, had it been not for that magical moment, yeah, you know the story.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, and good evening to the legend, Mr. Deshi Baktaw, ukhuluma noSibongeleni Wamkhwane. Mr. Marawa, I only got one question for Mr. Baktaw. How was that interview that he did with former Orlando Pirates supporter, may his soul rest in peace, all 5 skippers? How he copy with that man trying to explain what was his feeling after the game, because it seems as if all 5 skippers was struggling with his English. How we get to understand what he was trying to say to him. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Hi Rob, this is Tomiati from Edenville. Greetings to you and greetings to the legendary Dish Pata. Rob, this man, when I hear his name, when I see him, I think about good enough story. That interview, man, hey, that's the most cherishing time I have heard from Deshi. What went through his mind, like the English was something else, man. Did he at one stage think of correcting him, or he just said, let me continue with the interview? Great show as always. Thanks, Rob.
Great question, though, because when you're live, many things can happen, and including the interview bombing. But you held it down. Whatever it was that he was saying, you didn't make that an issue.
Yeah, I think also we learn, and they tell us as well. I mean, it's all about the guest. It's not about us, So you got to let them speak and say whatever it is they want to say or get across. And like I said, I was also concerned about the next interview, and with us, the times it's always rushed.
There's always noise in your ear, and that's what people don't actually realize, is that you're hearing everything. Gora Ibrahim, what fond memories do you have of him? I mean, he's come here before, sat in the very same seat you're sitting in right now, as a legend, as somebody who's an author now, has a book that is out. What memories, what was your relationship like with him?
You know what, Robert, I thought he was a real classy player. He was one of the few, not the few, but at that time there were a few centre-backs, Nick Seshweni, for instance, Dan Malasela, where they could actually play. It wasn't just about kicking and the footballs away or whatever, but they could actually play it. They could pass the ball, get it back, play it, and build it up from the back. at that stage already. And I thought Gora was quite classy in that department as well, you know.
But also very aggressive as well. I mean, he wasn't going to let anybody go past him.
No, I think football, you needed to be aggressive.
Yeah.
I remember when I stopped playing, I was told 2 weeks later. Actually, my missus said to me, she said, "Geez, have you noticed that you're quite aggressive?" And there's no outlet for that aggression anymore, you know.
But also very opinionated, which is great.
Hi, Deshi. This is Gora Ibrahim. I hope you're well. It's so great to hear your voice again. You know, I was just wondering where you are. In fact, we chatted about you the other day. I spent some time with Buddy Govender in Durban, and I was on his show as well when we were just chatting about all sorts of things. And of course, your name came up. I must tell you that Buddy speaks very highly of you, Deshi. But what I'd like to say to you right now, Desh, is that you may have heard that I wrote my memoir. And in my memoir, I write about those that inspired me to want to be a better footballer and play at the highest league. So I want to read a very short excerpt from my book that I call No Regrets. And I'll very quickly just say that when my football career was in the doldrums and I didn't have any direction to go into, I write about those who I saw as my heroes, the ones that I wanted to emulate. And in my book, I'd like to read to you right now, and quote, "The NPSL and the NSL leagues were maligned in the politically correct world of the FPL, but I coveted playing here. It had a great appeal, and their players were household names. Players like Suli Bamji, Gunnar Padiachi, Buddy Govender, Deshi Baktaw, and Siraj Abbas had excelled in this league and came from communities like mine. I had been to the stadium when they played for their teams in front of thousands of people. That's where I wanted to be." So, Dash, I just want to say to you that you were quite an inspiration to me and to many like me. And for that, I'm always going to be grateful. I wish you all the best. As you may have heard, I've relocated to Cape Town. I'm in the deep south, in a little place called Sun Valley in Fishhoek. If ever you find yourself in this part of the world, please look me up. It will be great to catch up. Take good care, Deshi. All the best.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gora Ibrahim, thank you so much, man. Beautiful, beautiful tribute.
Yeah, lovely. It definitely brings a tear to your eye.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. That shakes you up a little bit?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Because you don't often realize how you inspire others.
The impact.
You know, and the impact you have on their lives. Something like this brings it home.
So
quite profoundly.
And when you read that from his book,
yes,
and that is something that was not really inspired by you being in the studio, but that was his lived moment.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that here he is today, hearing your voice on the radio and saying, you know what, I need to read this to this man.
Yeah.
I just thought that was very profound.
Yeah, it's very, very profound. It's a real touching moment.
Should give you a few minutes there.
I'm perfectly fine.
Hey Rob, Umkhumbi Kumalolo. What a legend, Deshi Baktaw. We had so many Deshi Baktawas where I grew up from because of the skills that man had, Udeshi. He later got to be known as Ubaba Usjumbana. He really was a role model. He will remain a role model of South African football from the time Egu Akada Shepherds with his hairstyle, which was unique. But yeah, we really enjoyed watching Ubabu Deshi Baktaw doing his things on the goal. One incident that will always remain in my mind was when he interviewed Ubabu Stole, who was later known as 5 skippers. Otherwise, that guy you really was a legend. I've got no questions for you, Mr. Baktaw. Great show as always.
Oh man, you should see the voice notes that are pouring in. The popularity of this man is crazy. Mkhumbi Khumalo talks about many shipback towers that were in his area simply because of you.
Yeah.
How do you respond to that? Again, it's a case of impact.
It is, and you don't realize the kind of impact you have in people's lives.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to say, I see it to this day, where I still get stopped and asked to get to have pictures taken, and people want to stop and chat and all of that. So,
I mean, that's credit to you. I mean, I know your dad was a goalkeeper, your brother was a goalkeeper. At the age of 9, you were trying to be an outfield player that didn't quite work out.
Correct. Yeah. Gee, Robert, how did you know that?
How do I know that? What do you think we do here?
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
Feel that first home peace of mind when you shop our range of quality products at Leroy Merlin. Get a Tutai 3-panel gas heater, previously 1299, now only 1139. And a drop-in double bowl stainless steel sink for an amazing 799. Feel at ease and shop all our home improvement ranges in-store and online from 4 to 27 July. Leroy Merlin. Make your home the best place to live. T's and C's apply.
You've been comparing cars, clicking, asking around? Stop. Get the Kia Sonet SUV from only $299,995. With a 5-year unlimited kilometer warranty, it's stylish, safe and smart. The kind of SUV that makes you stop searching and start living. Kia it with a brand new Sonet SUV from under 300,000 Rand.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
The new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, our thinnest, lightest, and most powerful foldable yet. Open up your world to an ultra-immersive full view of the expansive screen and move effortlessly with its ultra-sleek and ultra-slim design. Pre-order now and double up your storage. 512 gigabytes for the price of 256 gigabytes. Offer valid until 31 July 2025. Join the Unfold Club with the new Galaxy Z Fold 7. T's and C's apply.
This is not just another sale, it's the Volt Sale at American Swiss, and it's now or never. From timeless gold to dazzling diamonds, explore curated collections of fine jewelry and watches, all at exceptional prices. Starting from under 500 Rand, there's something sparkling for every moment worth celebrating. Shop now at American Swiss or online on Bash. Ends 5 August. The Volt Sale. Don't miss your moment.
Spar brings you super savings. Get 750ml Sunlight dishwashing liquid refill for $26.99. Save 11 Rand with Spar Rewards. Or 450-gram Bacoma Wheat Pix Original only for $27.99. Save 9 Rand with Spar Rewards. Plus, you could win your share of 6 million Rand in instant cash. Prices valid until 21 July while stocks last. T's and C's apply.
Free repatriation with our Metropolitan Funeral Cover. Hello?
Free repatriation?
Correct. We transport your departed loved ones to their final resting place anywhere in South Mahala. From as little as 40 Rand per month, you can get personalized Metropolitan Funeral Cover. How? Just WhatsApp us. We pay valid funeral claims in 4 hours or less. For more info, visit metropolitan.co.za for repatriation funeral cover. Goodbye.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
Metropolitan Life is part of Momentum Metropolitan Life Limited, a licensed life insurer and authorized FSP.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Pakamafani, trust me, this guy can actually imitate a person that's not even born yet.
You should have been there when I did Madiba at the Chiefs Village. When we invited him to come and open the Chiefs Village officially.
Well, I have heard, Kaiser, offer the success that your team has been enjoying in the Cup Winners' Cup, and it gives me great pleasure to be here today and declare The Kaiser Chiefs village officially opened. I thank you. I thank you.
How about you do this thing?
The moment you talk to me, I get into you, and if I can, then I steal parts of you into me. I love people's voices, and that's why for me it's such a privilege to be your colleague on radio. People with the golden voice and brains of platinum.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. Monday to Friday weekdays. Friday nights. Always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Teshi Baktaw, once and always a Pakania. Safe hands. I'm giving you flowers today, my brother. Once a Pakania, always a Pakania. I remember that interview. 5 skippers. When Paris was winning. Hola, Teshi.
Hi, brother, Sir JC Tebe here. I just want to salute the legend, the Teshi Baktaw. You know, this interview with Good Enough. You know, the way he maintained a straight face, you know, I don't think I would have done that. I think I would have laughed along the way when Good Enough was speaking. But Teshi Baktaw, I remember him from the time when he was a goalkeeper. You know, we didn't have a TV that time. We would listen to his heroics over the radio. I remember one time when he was saving penalties, we were just listening on the radio, and then we were just bowed by this man that, what a goalkeeper he is. A legend. You deserve it. All the best. Thanks, brother. Good show, as always.
Evening, Mr. Marawa and to Stumbani. I just have 2 questions quickly for Teshi. One is, sports broadcasting lately is full of influencers, and passionate sports journalists or sports legends are all at home right now. We are seeing more and more influencers doing sports who don't have passion for the sport, but because they are famous on social media, they are now given jobs. What's your thought on that? And the second one, what is the best PSL game you've ever done, ever broadcast? Thank you.
The questions and the tributes are pouring in thick and fast there. Firstly, obviously you know about influencers. What is your opinion about that?
Yeah, I think, Robert, I think we generally have times, and the time does come for us to move on, and newer people come in. But in saying that, influencers play a big part, and like we've just heard, the passion, whether it's there or not, doesn't really matter.
But the knowledge, I think what he was referring to is that there might be influencers, but do they have the knowledge, the passion, the know-how, ready-made stats and knowledge in your head?
Yeah,
like you would have had and other broadcasters would have had.
Correct. We would have. I mean, in our time, stats isn't as advanced as it is now, like you pointed out earlier. I mean, some of it we used to come up with ourselves, so, and I think that's where the passion comes from. But football, to this day, I sometimes find myself glancing at a goalkeeper, a shot or something, and I actually see myself sticking an arm out,
Wow. That is crazy.
It is, but you've done it for so many years.
So if a Ronwen Williams is there, and I know you're a big fan of Ronwen's.
Yes.
And he's about to face a penalty, for example.
Yeah.
Is that you in motion? It's almost like somebody who's taking a learner driver through a driving school, and he's sitting in the passenger seat, and obviously the learner driver's in the driver's seat, and you almost applying the brake from the passenger seat side.
That's exactly what happens, yeah. That's exactly what happens.
Is Ronwen the greatest goalkeeper we have?
Without any doubt. I have to say, I mean, what he's done, what he's achieved is just massive. It's huge.
And the greatest goalkeeper, though, South Africa has ever had to date, since you were born up until now?
Yeah. Banks.
Sir Claudie?
Yeah, I played against him one of my first games. He scored a penalty against me.
Sure.
That was at Balfour Park. And mind you, Sparks was also another good goal. There were a few goalkeepers, you know.
Peter Ballack, does he go into the mix?
Who's that?
Peter Ballack?
Peter Ballack would, without any doubt.
Patrick Wasmouth?
Wasmouth, yes. He also played for Pirates.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
When you guys still wore Fruit Tree as
correct
on your jersey?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, we still remember the days of Mike Lambert, the 007, the Stuart Lilies of this world.
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you think has been underrated as a goalkeeper? Because sometimes clout carries you.
Yeah.
But maybe not your performance.
Look, don't forget there was Brian Beloy.
Yeah.
There was John Clyley. Very underrated goalkeeper.
John Clyley.
Yes.
During the day or night?
But let me tell you, Robert, his work ethic was second to none.
Yeah.
I know, I worked with him.
That's why he made it to Bafana as well.
He never stopped working. Never once would he say, I'm tired or, can't do this.
Sure.
Never, ever.
That's a great name you bring up. Let me recognize everybody that's watching on the YouTube channel, guys. I've been so many messages that are coming through. Lilonzo Hoffman just saying they've logged on. Defo Kumza says, my lifetime legacy, I'm loving it. Neo Lipale says, good to see Pradesh. Mystic Man says, nice to see Jumbana. One of the best goalkeepers to have ever played the game. Nice to see that he's still keeping fit. Keep it up. I also got another one from Klo. Ramuruka says that the man that interviewed 5 skippers, Mr. Ramuruka, thank you so much. Great memories there. Usibu Live says that the man who introduced us to Good Enough 5 skippers, Stole. Sikana Mankle says, hey, you know what, good to see Jumbana still strong, one of the finest goalkeepers of our lifetime and a broadcaster par excellence. He says, I still remember his interview with Good Enough Stole. Yeah. I think everybody remembers that. I mean, that became even a commercial with one of the...
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vodacom ad.
Vodacom scripted 3 TV ads around it and numerous radio ads as well, which benefited Good Enough in quite a big way as well.
Do you think he was paid enough? Good enough?
You know what? I think he wasn't assisted with how he spent.
Because that legacy, yeah, okay, let me leave it.
Hi, Brother Sir JC Tebe here. I just want to salute it.
Okay, I'll leave CJ because we did deal with that voice note. I want to bring in somebody you might know. Listen very carefully.
Robbie, Baktaw. That man, Robbie, my mentor, my motivation. Look, we can talk the whole day, the whole night. All I can say about Dashi, he's the man who inspired me, who motivated me. Because when I joined Acadia Shepherd while he was playing for first team, I was playing for Colts then. We used to call it Colts under 19. He's the one guy who motivated me, to love soccer, to have passion for soccer. And then at one stage, Stan Laporte asked me to train with the under 19, and later I trained with the first team about the Baktaw, about Dylan Care, Noel Cousin, Pelampasakis, and the list is endless. Yeah, but unfortunately I have to leave to join Berea Park because Acadia Shepherd was lily white. Yeah, was very white, and I couldn't resist because at one stage I have to change. Go my parking lot in a car. I wouldn't join them in a pub and so forth. Then I have to go and join Berea Park. But nevertheless, what I can say about the Baktaw is that I think Cyril Ramaphosa, our president, our lovely president, if he's listening, Deshi, he needs to be in a government gazette. One, he played for Acadia Shepherd for 15 years, 20 years without a reserve goalkeeper. He was the sole goalkeeper. No red card, no injuries, no nothing, no absent. He was always there always evergreen. So I think even today he still need to be in the government gazette. We need to celebrate him while he's still alive. If those who don't know what Deji did for Kaizer Shepherd or for our professional league or soccer, that's what Deji did. Passion and the love of soccer, you know. So, Deshi, all I can say, my man, I say, know that you are my mentor, you are my hero, you are my legend. I love you to pieces, man. Enjoy.
Sure. You know what it takes for somebody who's never serious like my gents to be serious tonight?
Yeah.
That is massive.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll see him afterwards at Jack Buddha's.
Oh, yeah, you go to Jack Buddha's?
Oh, Eddie.
Hey.
Yeah, some man. Talent. Listen, he's achieved massively himself, eh?
No, don't worry. Don't flip this. He's praising you. I think you're just trying to fight back the tears.
Yeah.
He has mentioned something that not too many people talk about. Being a goalkeeper for so many years at Kaizer Shepherds, no red card, no reserve goalkeeper. You are the number 1 goalkeeper. You're the number 2 goalkeeper. You're the number 3 goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That takes some...
Yeah, it was also, the fact that you wanted to play.
Yeah.
I played with a knee brace for about 2 years, where I'd stretched a ligament, and the players would tape me up and strap me up and before games.
There was no first aid, I guess.
Well, it wasn't as advanced as it is today.
They just had a stretcher and a 2-liter bottle of water.
Water, yeah.
And that water healed everything.
It did.
Yeah, healed everything.
Yep.
We wonder. My gents, thank you so much, man. Wow.
Thank you, yeah.
It's the first time in all of my broadcasting history where my gents has sent a message and he's been as serious as he's been serious for 20 minutes and 20 seconds.
He's really never, in my mind, been serious. There's always a laugh with him. There's always, a funny story.
I mean, he might have joked a bit about him not being able to go to a pub or to go into a dressing room and he had to change in the car. But that was the state of the nation back then. Yeah. But then don't ignore, he says that Cyril Ramaphosa, the president, should put you in the government gazette.
Yeah, I'll be looking out for it.
I've never seen you short on words.
Yeah.
But again, that's an accolade. That's him saying you need to be more recognized, which we falter here in this country because we don't like to celebrate other people's achievements. And
it's true.
And I think sport has kind of lost its way where, the baby Jakes meant a lot to us.
Correct.
The Tsipas Kosanas meant a lot to us. The Tap Makatinis meant a lot to us.
Yeah.
And then you go to the football players, you go to the rugby players.
Dingan, Tabela.
Yeah. So I just think somehow things have slipped. Let me quickly recognize some of the other viewers on the YouTube channel here. Ambrogino says that I'm close to tears listening to the great Deshi Baktaw. It says, what a legend. All-round legend. Big ups to you as always. Thank you so much, Baba. I really appreciate it. Solly says, well, I remember, he says, I remember the fan of the moment, pushy or something. What was the catchphrase?
Yeah. Pushy passion.
Pushy passion.
Yeah.
Hey. Trevor Gething was somebody that inspired you a hell of a lot. Nikki Hayward was someone who inspired you a lot.
Yeah.
Why?
I think Trevor took control of me and my life. And to this day, his wife, who's well into her 80s, sends me messages, just happy Friday or stuff like that. But Trevor really looked after me. It was tough times.
Yeah.
And you needed support and backing. And that's what Trevor gave.
I hope this moment has meant something to you, Deshi Baktaw, and I think all of the messages and tributes that have come through have meant something to you, and just as a show of how much we value you as a human being and what you did for South African football, but also just for humanity, because that's also a part that we don't really celebrate, is what you've done for humanity and what you still continue to do. Whether you're adopting a child, which you do, whether you're looking after people who don't have and you give, there's so much. So all I wanted to say is that thank you for being Deshi Baktaw. Thank you for being the person that you are. We truly do appreciate you, and we do regard you as a legend in South Africa.
I know you do. Thank you very much. On my way home, I'm going to be bawling my eyes out.
You're allowed to do it here, though. It's
yeah.
You know what? This guy got here, guys, at 4:30 this afternoon. I kid you not. And it just shows you the kind of person that he is. It's like, it's a Friday. I don't want to take chances. The traffic is crazy. I didn't want to mess your show up. And for that, we take note, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks again, Robert.
We'll come back. We'll talk about Mandela's Tola on another day. Deshi Baktaw, ladies and gentlemen, have a super weekend. Good luck to Banyana. Good luck to the Box. We'll chat again on Monday. Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action.
Play the game again.
Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. #MSW. Live now on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. At the same